Yo, shout out to the Most High. It's almost eyes, even though Lord say this L-Deez, also known Lord to one for another episode I Need to Know. With my special guest, introduce yourself.
I am Silky, the people's champ, straight like that.
What's up, Sil?
What's good, baby?
Okay, so you showed up. You came. It's been a long time, so we got some catching up to do, right?
Yes, we do.
So I like to ask all my guests this before we even get started. How did you get your name?
So Richmond, California, a guy named E-Ray C. So let me take that back.
Wait. That's an old school name from the 90s. Mm-hmm. That's a rapper, right? Mm-hmm. E-Ray C. I remember that.
Richmond.
Was he in the unsigned hype?
I'm sure he was.
For the source?
I'm sure he was. And matter of fact, I didn't get my name from him. Low key, I got it. My partner Leela Keys from Richmond.
Okay, shout out to Leela and E-Ray C.
Yeah, so first I was Shorty, and then it turned into my mom pressed my hair, and
okay,
I had the long.
Yeah.
The long straight,
yeah.
But if I jump rope, it's gonna sweat out, right?
Okay.
But she was like, this nigga walking around talking about he's silky. You really, but it really came from how my mama did my hair, and my hair was dark and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So she was like, you need to be, and I probably was only maybe 13, 14.
Gotcha.
So I had the name
so basically
forever.
2 weeks ago, huh?
Yeah, that's what I'm claiming. That's what I'm claiming.
And speaking of moms, how Big Silk doing?
Big Silk is grand.
It's crazy because I told my god brother, you know what I'm saying, a diehard Jehovah's Witness, you know what I'm saying, a really great guy. He know who he is. And I told him I was interviewing. He said, man, I used to have a crush on Silk E, man, when I was little. I said, yeah, you need to have a crush on. He said, well, I said, Big Silk. He said, it was Bill. I said, the mama. Welcome to the podcast.
Straight like that. My mama always done been a lady. To all the ladies in the place with style and grace.
That's right.
She's very, if there was a Bay Area Felicia Rashad,
okay,
if you will, very class act, brilliant mind. So if I could only be close to that, okay, that's a high compliment.
Well, you could be Debbie Allen.
Yeah, hey, give us free.
Come on now. So while we on the topic of motherhood and stuff like that, are you a mother?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so how do you balance music with motherhood and romance? Because I always like to ask the ladies that.
So I like this question. For me, I had my son a little young, and I was fortunate enough to have a strong support system. I wanted to make sure that everything I did, my son could walk in a room and still feel good about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but I came in thinking like that.
Gotcha.
Because fortunate enough, my mother was that.
Okay.
It doesn't always work that way, but I was blessed, and so she really had my back as far as when it got to the level of touring. I always tell him, your grandmama gonna give you the gospel and your mama gonna give you the game. I'm clear about what I know I bring to the table. I'm gonna give you life lessons and all of these beautiful things, but she's gonna make sure your spirituality is intact. So am I, but I want you to be lined up right, and he has not missed a step and made me proud ever since then. So. Gotcha.
And do you only have one child?
I only have one son.
Now the other
stepmama game on. A thou wow though.
You said what?
I said stepmama game on a thou wow.
Okay.
If you could only be so lucky that I'm the stepmama, but I only have one biological son.
Okay, but you are a stepmother currently. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying I'm an ex-stepmother.
Okay, gotcha.
All my kids love me.
I bet they do. You know what I'm saying?
Sunshine is a great thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sitting up here having a good time already, So I want to know, how do you balance the romance part out?
So one, I can't deal with anybody that can't stand in a room full of great men and not be intimidated.
Okay, break that down.
So meaning, I've toured with, this is a male-dominated business. So you'll catch me on the road with Short. You'll catch me on the road with Boots from the Coup. You'll catch me on the road. But I need to be able to say, yeah, Short got a show. No, I'm the only girl. Yeah, I know it's about 30 of them. I'm only going down. No, my tickets, I'll be back in a few days, though. You cool, right? You get what I'm saying? So, because I move with a certain step, he would have to know who I am going in. So if you get in a room and get nervous around people who have known me already, which it ain't gonna be no funny business.
Yeah.
Run my name is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fact check.
Yeah, I stand on my name. You know, I ain't perfect, but I mind my business.
Come on now. I mean?
So yeah, that's initially how he has to be firm in his own standing and not worried about a bunch of stuff, because I like for us to move through the room and, you know.
So this is another question I want to ask while we on the topic, you know?
Yeah.
Have you ever, you don't have to say who, if not, yes.
Right.
Well, have you ever dated someone in the industry?
So I have, but I didn't know them that way. Like, I didn't know them from the industry. Like, I know you from being a kid, or I knew you already.
Gotcha.
And we happened to.
Oh, so it could be like, say, like if you and somebody went to junior high together, right? And then later y'all got in the industry. Hey, what's up? Like that.
Yeah, but we knew each other already. Yeah, so one thing kind of for me didn't have nothing to do with the other. Gotcha. But I have, but I'm picky.
Okay.
And it got to be a long time ago.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, I'm not opposed to it, but I kind of prefer for somebody to not really be involved with my work, because I need to make sure you don't catch attitude problems, you know?
Yeah.
Some people, you know, you don't want to kind of get down where you work at. Gotcha. I don't need you catching attitude at my job.
That's right.
You know, I don't need hate mail on the job. That sounds so.
Yeah, that's
going on over there. Over there.
So where did your hip hop experience start?
Oh, originally I'll say I was very young, and I was probably in junior high. And I've said this before, so I'll make it brief. A girl was rapping and her brother wrote her song. And she would say the same verse every day. Okay. And I never rapped, but I didn't like that she said the same verse every day. Every Friday we hear this verse. Yeah. And I'm little, I'm only like 9 at the time. Okay. So I made it a point that I'm gonna write something. And I never wrote anything. And we got in that good circle, and she said that rap, and nobody asked me. I just had to say my piece. And then I made it a point that every time that Friday came, I'm going to say something new every single time. But after that, I just kept my pen up. My mom's an educator, so words and books and using that part. And then she played keys and the drums. My mama L, you know? So, and she taught me how to sing. So I want to say, but the first thing I did was I was like a young pup. E-Ray C, shout out to him. I rapped on his first album and been on wax ever since.
Yeah, you know, and I was going to ask you about that, you know what I'm saying? Like in terms of like, did you start catching real fire like in the late 80s or the early 90s?
First off, hell no, not in no 80s. I'm a kid.
Okay, I mean.
I was a child, a young child. But no, mine's came more, so I want to say, like I rapped on like compilations, like young, 14, 15. Yeah. But I want to say when motion really start happening, like, cause I was having traction, I rapped on T-Pup's album, Players Trying to Strive.
Yeah, T-Pup. Yeah. That's like during the West Coast Bad Boy days or something like that, right? Like 94 or 5, right?
No, that was more like, cause I still was in my teens, but that was more like, cause T-Pup was signed to E40.
Gotcha.
So this had to be like 96.
Okay.
This is like 96. So I rapped on his record. He was signed to 40. I was on so much of their record that when they turned their record in, 40 was like, who's the girl?
Yeah.
So that's how I wind up doing Lieutenant Roastabach.
Yeah. I like that one.
But what I will say, and I have to say it any chance I get, Pup brought me to 68th and Avenal with Mike D and Sonny B.
Yeah, the Groove Line.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Groove Line. Yeah. They had Slap.
So it was Pup, and then it was Groove Line. Before that, it was Kim Folks from Richmond, Phil and Kid and Al Westbrook, all of them. We all did stuff, but we was all kids, like still young. But I got with Pup. He brought me to Mike D and Sonny B. And when I say on that day, it seemed like they called everybody and I had to rap that day.
Yeah.
And then also I had a high school friend named Daima, whose brother was Mace, and then they introduced me to Rap and Rhyme.
Okay.
So once I'm in the room and I'm still in my teens, but they was like, rap. And I'll never forget I rapped in front of Rap and Rhyme, and when he told me I had the juice, let me tell you.
Come on now.
I don't even need no Grammy. I got the good pat.
And happy birthday 50th to Rap and Rhyme.
Straight like that.
You know,
I didn't even know it was his birthday.
It was I know that he's born sometime in October or late September.
Okay. Well, happy birthday to the King MC.
Yeah, he was off the hook. Shout out to Ron.
Yeah,
him and Diddley was definitely a pair.
Absolutely. And you don't get that. Like, closest you would have got to that was what? Who? Method Man and Redman? It was a few combos.
But the funny thing about it is that Method Man and Redman, they do rap together, but they're kind of like an unofficial group because they don't have a name.
Right. Absolutely.
You know? But when it comes to like two rappers that actually
pair up
and they're equally, because to be honest, Rap and Ron is like just like Diddley, but he can freestyle.
Absolutely.
Because Diddley is off the hook.
Yeah.
And then they still got the ace in the hole, Mr. Ill coming.
You better know it.
Because Mr. Ill was Bad Influence Click too.
So understand, and because I always got to give people their props. So with me being a kid, like I said, my partner name was Daima at the time. Her brother ran with them, Maceo. Shout out to you, sir. And they were all friends, Mace and Ron and Diddley and all of that. So to be able to be a young pup, young buck, and that's the sauce you get to get dipped in. Yeah, you're hearing all the sessions, and then you get to chime in. So I'm very proud of the pedigree and the steps that I took to get in, because I for sure came up under some very King MC-like people. For sure.
Well, you know, that's why I say Jordan was wrong, because to be the best, you got to be around and get beat by the best. You know what I'm saying?
Straight like that.
Well, speaking of that, in those times, talk about some of the young ladies at that time, because I remember it was Unique. Lady Unique was around. You know what I'm saying? She was tight. Shout out to Lady Unique. Shay to Death for Heifer, wasn't she around during that era?
So I know her from a different time period, but we most definitely are cool, and salute to her. She always show love, and love to her. I always got to show love to Queen Amina because she steps. And to this day, like some stuff that I've just even recently heard, if I got to vote, I'm going to say Queen Amina for the win, you know. Shout out even to, but during that time, because Amina was around during that time, Ashley Flames. She was around during that time. Shout out to Shorty B.
I remember Shorty B.
You know, Knick Knack was moving, but she was a little older, but you know.
Because she was in the mob with the Loonies in them.
Yeah.
Knick Knack, for sure.
And we hadn't, you know, at least myself, I hadn't kind of turned over to that next level yet. I was in the ranks, you know what I mean? So shout out to all of them ladies, but for sure Queen Amina was like, salute to her. And Ashley Flames. Oh, and Marvelous. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
You know what?
Gotta give her love.
So I got to ask two questions real quick.
Okay.
Does the Bay Area have a godmother of hip hop?
So, funny you should say this. Okay? This is a very hard question.
Because I have in my heart who I think it is.
So, I have to. Now, you're asking me a specific question, but I'm a say a name that I was recently dubbed in the last few years by the Hood Dolls, Baby Mama Mafia. They call me the Fairy Doll Mother, which I am very proud of that name. I can't say that we've ever had that, like, who's the godmother.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We have people that done put in sweat and put in the paint, you know what I mean? But there's nobody that's been dubbed that. I think because everybody's kind of always been on their solo thing. I think we all just have mutually respected each other. Like, I look at it more like if it was high school and college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If I was in the 9th, she was in the 12th.
Yeah.
So salute to her.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? We just never put a title on it. I think that women in hip hop is just now getting to a point that women are more comfortably mounting up together.
Definitely.
Where you seeing them team up. Originally, like I said, if I'm team pushing it, it was almost every dude had a girl in the group, and it only could be one.
Well, see, the funny thing about that is because when I think about that, right? When I think about what you're talking about, because I was talking about this at school. I wrote a little paper on it or just threw it in there, right?
Okay.
So back when hip hop started, it wasn't a whole bunch of women, right? And the ladies were viewed as girlfriends, but they still was viewed as wives.
Right.
Wives to be.
Right.
Fiancés. You know what I'm saying? Shit
Right,
like
right.
that. Stand-up ladies, because back in the 80s, you was either a hood rat or you was a stand-up lady. You was either a square, you was either a bad girl or a good girl. It wasn't no gray line, right?
Yeah.
Then in the 90s, all the main rappers had women that were on their side, like Yo-Yo the Ice Cube, Trick Daddy Trina, Trick Daddy Trina, Kim Biggie, those type of relationships. And when she talked nasty,
But like a Bonnie and Clyde.
A Bonnie and Clyde. And if she talked nasty, then you assumed that she was talking about the man that she was rapping with because they were looked at as a couple.
Right.
Then the era right after that, then it was the girl tomboy era, where she's like kind of like Eve. She's the girl of the group, but it's hella guys, so she's like the tomboy. Or those type of groups are Baby from Disturbing the Peace and shit like that, right?
Which is more of like I feel like I came up in that zone.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Because you're right. It was like Miss Melody and Queen Latifah and all of them.
And Miss Melody was really married to KRS-One.
Absolutely. For me, not to derail the conversation at all, but for me, Yo-Yo was the first woman in hip hop for me that was, I'm not taking no shit, and I look like a girl.
Yes.
And I got hands, and no, you can't have none. But I'm your favorite cousin. You get what I'm saying?
I go with that because she was a direct reflection of Q.
Yeah, but if you think of, like you said, it was the tomboy girl, but Yo-Yo was before Eve. She was before the start. But she was the first one of that kind of girl.
Kind of. She was kind of like a hybrid.
Yeah, she was a hybrid.
She was kind of a hybrid. You know what I'm saying? She was a sidekick. I mean, a Bonnie and Clyde, but she was still a tomboy.
Right.
Yeah.
But you still saw the woman in there. Of course. Because before then, I feel like women dressed a certain way because, like you said, you either was the girlfriend, you was the bust down, or you was the homegirl. So you dressed baggy to not get looked at like the ass in the room.
For sure.
It wasn't that you didn't have none.
Yeah.
It wasn't that, but I don't want you looking at me like that.
Come on now.
I want you to treat me like I'm your sister.
Come on now.
So then when they see you in a dress, they like, I didn't even know you do that. Right, because we in here getting money. I don't need you to be thinking about nothing else.
Come on now.
Getting this money.
And the funny thing about it is because now, right after the tomboy era for the ladies, it went into chicks exploring their sexuality, and y'all and it just got to be cool with it. And then what the phase that we in now is that women don't really have a male counterpart. It's the kind of I don't need a man to do what I need to do to go to work thing going on.
Yeah. So
that's where we at current day.
Are you asking me a question about that, or what am I?
That is a statement that you are very much welcome to elaborate on.
Okay, so this music thing in life happens in phases, because this is also the era of the internet, and you don't have to go through a label to get promoted now. So now you could go straight to your phone and upload whatever you want, right? I do believe that the labels and powers that be, you know, sex has always sold, right? And I also think that women, for a long period of time, but especially now, have been their own first line of defense.
What you mean by that?
So if you notice, it goes from, and shout out to her, but she got on the sexy clothes, but it turned into, it's 7 p.m. Friday, it's 95 degrees. It turned into like, wait a minute, I'm trying to team up with you and you playing with the money and you outside and I'm inside and get your ass out of here with that. So I feel like the rafters is off and everybody going for theirs because there's not a lot of honor in house. You get what I'm saying? It ain't
no. You moved kind of fast on
okay,
that.
so it's not. So,
I can have an idea of what you're talking about.
Okay, so like this. There was a ride or die era that was right before this era.
Okay.
But if who you in the house with is turning on you, then what I'm riding for? Gotcha. So now this is how you get. We out the window, is cutting up, is middle fingers, is I damn near could do donuts just as good. Like it could turn into a whole nother thing. So I do feel like in this era right now, there is no male counterpart because there's not any loyalty. And that's the part that's not getting pushed. If you listen to everybody's conversation, everybody's talking about who turned on them, who was scandalous, who did them wrong, who stole. You get what I'm saying? So you can't have no counterpart when your counterpart is a fucking turncoat.
You're right. You know what's funny that you say that because I was just preaching one of my sermons.
Come on.
I was just talking about my how like I was just talking about how a lot of people's names reflect they've been hurt. Yeah. Like Sheila don't need a nigga Jackson. Queen Nefertiti fuck a nigga for life. Let me just get one more. Keishiana fuck them bitches from high school.
But watch this though. Watch this though. And you're absolutely right? But think of what they've been hearing the whole time. Yeah. Like, I don't mean to get all extra sentimental, but it's hella fatherless homes.
That's right.
This day and era is motherless homes as well. A lot of people raising themselves. They looking for love with each other, but everybody want to turn on everybody. So it's really men versus women and women versus men at this point. So now everybody's on the battlefield in their conversation and who could get who first. You know what I mean? So yeah, them names ring, but think of what the dude's been saying. Like, if she ain't topping, you know.
Yeah.
If she ain't doing this, if she ain't, and then
you ever see? Yeah.
And then,
oh shit.
And then let's go here. This the Bay Area.
That's right.
It's all on the beach.
That's right.
It's what?
I didn't think I ever hear you cuss.
Well, listen, but it's the way of the mindset.
That's
though,
right.
Right. So if, and let's get into this real quick. When you add that and you add that attitude, and then a man wants the woman to be submissive. That's pimping.
Well, you know what? I know it. I hear exactly what you're saying.
I'm saying if it's all on her.
That's right.
And be submissive.
Yeah.
No, you submit when you properly taken care of.
That's right.
And then you will then turn over whatever it is you have, because a woman's job is to nurture and produce.
That's right.
So you bring me this, I double it.
That's right.
You gave me 4 walls, I made a home.
That's right. Come on now.
You get what I'm saying?
I get you.
But with that said, why you submitting to somebody that's treating you like shit?
My thing is, I always ask the question is, why are you having sex with somebody that's treating you like shit?
Because everybody broken.
Yeah.
Everybody broken.
Yeah.
It's the same way they do drugs. It's just to block it out for the moment. Now this situationship done lasted too goddamn long, and y'all been looking at each other for like 12 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Pissed off.
Okay.
Because nobody was being solid.
Okay.
It was all situational. It was all circumstantial. It was all, you know what I mean? So. And
I wanted to ask you this right before we get into this real quick. No. This is a great conversation. Okay. You know who I put in that seat as the godmother of Bay Area hip hop? Sugar T.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Because she has the most reach.
Okay.
I thought that she could rap good. I'm not saying that I felt like she was the most talented, but I thought that she was really good.
Okay.
I thought that she was really good. She's attacked like she's the first lady of the clique. The clique was pretty dope.
For sure.
E40 is, a hip hop heavyweight. You know what I'm saying?
History.
And she got she's on like 3 hip hop classics.
Okay.
Like Sprinkle Me. Right?
And you did say like, does the Bay Area have a godmother? I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying with that. Like I said, I personally feel like because there's so many lapses in time with women in hip hop, you might not immediately think that. But if you're gonna say, with that said, who has been in something most for the longest time, you would say that. Yeah, I get that.
Especially, and I'm glad you mentioned time because you just put it on my mind to think this, you know what I'm saying? Bay Area hip hop was at its height. The best era for Bay Area hip hop was the 90s, right?
I would say that.
And that's when Sprinkle Me and that dope ass album came out. So she came really at a great time.
Absolutely. This is Pac is still alive. It's a lot of Steve-O, it's a lot of things going on. It's great.
Now, that's another question I want to ask you.
There's great things going on during this time period.
Do you put Sacramento rappers as a part of Bay Area hip-hop?
So, you can never deny who put numbers up and who was going hard in the paint. Okay. So, for me, I won't get into that. What I get into, I could never ignore or disrespect what Marvelous has done.
Cause she with us
for and for a very long period of time. Yeah, you know what I mean. So much so to where her daughter pulling up. Salute to you.
And they look just alike.
And salute to pushing that envelope. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, for me, Marvelous for me was out when I was a kid. And that doesn't mean I was listening to everything, but I remember the respect that we pull up. You put that what? Yeah. You put that on and the respect level is there because it's a female with bars that's moving.
Next to Bo, though.
Next to Bo, though. And you can't never you can't undo that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't undo that. So, you know, I wouldn't try to figure that part out. If somebody was in your area and putting in work, how dare you not say your favorite cousin didn't do what they did?
Because my thing is this. I asked my brother, right? He said, L, California rap is only separated into two categories. It's either Northern California
right.
or Southern California.
Right.
Right?
Right. Right.
They're Northern California, so you got to put them in the car with us.
Right. Right.
And did you know that Sebo was, he put out the mob figures?
I did not know that. But again.
Shout out to Bo in his contribution.
Let me say that. I had to put my hand like this.
Yeah.
Straight like that. But that's what I mean by you could separate a lot of stuff if you want to, but you got to keep it 100 on like who was on the front line at the time.
That's right.
And who was on the front line for a minute and put up grand numbers that couldn't be beat, or who was and you could never, to me, what they both did, it just goes on the books.
Come on now.
It's just on the books, you know. So salute to Marv. I want to say she hit me the other day, like, send me something. So
Yeah. Will you send her this video and tell her that I love her too?
Shall do.
And I said too.
Tell.
So where did you meet KRS-One at?
On MTV.
Okay.
On MTV, The Cut, the label I was on at the time, Lock and Load.
With Von and them?
Uh-huh. You know.
Yeah, I ain't never met Von, but they was like, hey, man, Von got this. I was like, who's Von? They said, he's the guy with the Lock and Load. I said, okay.
And let me say this, because, you know, everybody business is their business. But I'm not somebody that rewrite the story.
Yeah.
What I can say is, if things would not have went the way that they went,
okay,
you know, because, you know, life and times and, you know, them blueberry and cherry people got involved or whatever.
Okay.
Police.
Okay, that's what I thought you meant. Hey, look, watch this.
Yeah.
You a damn fool.
Listen. You know,
where's the book?
You know how you want to keep people name, you know, keep things nameless, not give it airtime. Yeah. But you know, what he was doing, what his vision was for music, he was on it.
Yeah,
he was on it, and he wasn't scared to spin, and he wasn't scared to, you know, a lot of times. And I say this, Bay Area, I say this: stop being scared to spend money. That's how you compete.
Yeah.
The only reason why other areas are thriving is because they put their attitude to the way. Get your ego out of it.
Okay.
Look at it like sports. If it's the damn Super Bowl, play the game.
That's right.
Are you on this field with, I don't want to run the ball. Like, I don't like that person. We trying to put up numbers. What is you doing? Come on now. You know, so with that said, what I will give Von Wilson was, if things didn't go the way that they went, he wasn't scared to spend, and he was willing to run up financially and compete with other coasts. And he was really trying to, but you know.
I remember they came out with them T-shirts. I had that Lock and Load shirt with the red rock. I wore that motherfucker for about a month straight.
Let me tell you, again, forever shout out to T. Populanius. He goes by Thomas English now.
Okay.
When he brought me to Mike D and Sonny, when I got on Groove Line, I guess Von was coming to get music from them.
Okay.
And they played the album, and that's how Von heard me, which then he was like, hey, I want to pay you to get on mine. And when I say both of them compilations, it was up ever since then. Like, ever since then, it was up. So
my god brother, the Circle of Soul, they was on there. You know Fam Cirque?
Yeah, what? Yeah.
Come on now.
I'm on stuff with him too.
Yeah.
I'm on stuff with some of everybody.
Come on now. So What is your biggest hit record today?
Oh, you said things. So that's a funny question because I've been blessed enough to do so many features. And what's crazy is a lot of my features have made it where it helped me travel the world, really.
Okay.
So my biggest song is a song I sang on Pick a Bigger Weapon for the Coup, Boots Riley from the Coup.
Shout out to Boots.
Who definitely changed my life.
Legend.
Definitely changed my life. I sung a song called Baby Let's Have a Baby before Bush Do Something Crazy.
Okay.
And
now you sung it or you rapped it or both?
I sang it. I just sang the song. And I had a tour bus accident. I had my tour bus flipped over 37 feet down a mountain. You
are going to talk about that too, right?
Will.
Okay.
I will. And I had 3 broken ribs and a punctured lung. I was on tour for a very long period of time, like, let's say, well, we were touring in the U.S., and then it went from there to being overseas at least 3 months out of the year, roughly. Not consecutively, but off and on, I would be overseas about 3-4 months. But when the tour bus accident happened, and I'm going to say it again, I said it before, shout out to Boots Riley, because when they was still able to go on the road and my ribs was broken, they paid me like I did every show. Well, he paid me like I did every show. And a lot of times people are so quick to talk about who did them wrong, but don't talk about who did them right.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? and I've done a lot of business with a lot of people, and they done a lot of snake things. There's been a lot of dipping in the pot and taking of thine money, but you know, when you God-fearing and you anointed, He make room for you.
I'm about to get silky chatty, Steve. I can't take this shit, nigga. Man, I'm about to. Man, hey, look, like Flavor Flav's like, yeah, hey, man, we about to shut this down, Chuck.
You know, you got to give people their props.
You do,
you know, because it be and I'm going to say it flat out, it be a whole, and y'all know who y'all are. It'd be a whole lot of people taking credit for things they had nothing to do with.
Yeah.
But the people that really stood tall quietly with no announcement, not looking for no applause, you know, that's when you solid, when ain't nobody looking, that's when it really counts.
Yeah.
You know, not made for TV.
Okay.
You know, I was raised, I'd rather be seen given than given to be seen.
Okay.
I'd rather you discover it than me announce it all the time.
Come on now.
You know, so with that said, I sang the song and I was bedridden really for a while because, you know, if your rib go through your lung, I'm like my lung wouldn't do what it needed to do. Bottom line, it was around Christmas time. He called me and he was like, have somebody go get Rolling Stone. And I was like, okay. They went to go get the magazine, and that song got voted one of the top 100 songs of the decade in Rolling Stone. And I didn't even have an album out. It was just me singing on his record. So thank you to Boots Riley.
Shout out to Boots.
He made it where I put some, you know, some paint on the walls.
Come on now.
You know, I was here, you know.
You know, speaking of the wall, I'm at San Francisco State and I'm going to class and they talk about famous people that went there and his face was on there. And that made, you know, because it's town shit, legend shit, you know, and he's real humble about what he does.
Absolutely. Now the mic get in his hand, he gonna jump as high as your shoulder.
Yeah.
He gonna be on the floor. He gonna do the whole thing, but he don't do stuff to, you know, he mind his business. He, you know, very player-like.
Yeah.
You know, very player-like. But I can say when I was in certain contracts that had me kind of where I couldn't move around, I was able to go on tour with the Coup.
Gotcha.
And when people were wondering where I was overseas with the Coup, which made me an honorary member. And then I wound up being in the Coup and being on the road with them for like 10 years.
That's dope.
If not longer than that, to be honest.
Do you like traveling?
Yeah.
What's the funnest place that you've been, or your favorite place you've been?
The funnest place I've been is some of the strangest. I just remember times that I had. So, like, this was a Coup situation. He had hella family in, like, Ypsilanti.
Ypsilanti?
Like, what is that, Michigan or
okay,
something like that? And it was a college town. Or if they weren't there, they all met us there.
Yeah.
And we performed. The show was great. And then the bartender my bad. The bartender like, once everything closed, they let us all stay and kick it.
Yeah.
And made us whatever we wanted. And the lady was like, name any food, and I bet you I can make a drink that tastes like it. So she just kept making I want chicken and waffles, or make me something that tastes like a fajita. And she literally, so that was one of the funnest times.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a mixologist. Learned that.
Yeah.
That's not a bartender.
Yeah.
That's not somebody that just slapped some ice and some cheap liquor.
Yeah, definitely.
No, she doing it quick. You know, it's like a chef. They know the spices or whatever. So that was a time, I want to say Colombia was dope. Colombia was real dope. I had a freaking good time.
Is that another one of your innuendos?
No. No.
The cherries and blueberries. No.
My bad. You know, we talking color over here.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Colombia was cool, and I had a good time in the Victorian Islands in Canada. So them was like some of the 3 funnest times I had, you know. And Coachella. And
you was telling me earlier about the tour bus flipping over. Like, where were you at, and what was that day like?
So I had just left my family. We left on Thanksgiving, which was crazy. And we had only been gone for about a week. We were leaving House of Blues in San Diego, and we were going to Scottsdale, Arizona. But we weren't supposed to leave that night. We were supposed to leave the next day because it was a free traveling day. But the tour bus driver, that's why y'all got to make sure your tour bus driver ain't kicking it when he's supposed to be asleep. You know, when you get your tour bus driver, the payment is to drive, but the payment is to go to sleep so you could drive. It's not for you to kick it. It's not for you to get exhausted on your day off. It's for us to be safe and do our job, and you drive us. So he was partying, and we didn't know it. And he lived in Scottsdale, I believe, and he wanted to have 2 days off in his hometown. So he talked us into leaving, but we didn't know that he hadn't had rest. We're thinking that he's been asleep since 2 p.m. So yeah, after the show, we don't mind. The ride is only some odd hours. Yeah. No. He fell asleep. We're in between. We're on a 2-lane road. Tour bus flip over 37 feet down a mountain. I was asleep when the accident, and we was on the big dog, like with the 12 bunks inside where you have the little, what is that, the remote door and all of that. So it was an elaborate tour bus or what have you, you know, the ones that be outside the Paramount. But yeah, flipped 37 feet down the mountain, and they said if we went down the hill maybe a couple of 100 yards back, we would have went 100 feet instead of only the 37 feet. Because, you know, valleys, whatever. But, yeah, so my drummer woke me up, and I remember hearing Boot say, if you could hear the sound of my voice, get off the bus, it's on fire. Because nobody was in their bunks. Thank God I didn't go get in my bunk. I kept saying, I'm going to go get in the bunk. Pam, the functress, rest in peace, she had left from San Diego to go back home, so she wasn't in her bunk, and we were all only in the front or in the back of the tour bus. So my drummer, shout out to Q Jackson, who will be with me at the show in January, he pulled me off the bus, and, you know, I'm here to live another day and tell another story, you know.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And did anybody Did anybody get any did anybody pass away?
No, I believe the girl that was handling the merch, I don't remember her name because she was with the other band. I'm trying to remember their names. You guys forgive me if you see this interview. I know it wasn't the Living Legends. I know that their hype man name was Metro. You guys forgive me, blame it to my mind and not my heart. But their merch girl, she lost the tip of her finger, and I believe the DJ had like both of his legs broken and his nose was broken. And then I had 3 broken ribs and a punctured lung, and everybody just had kind of scrapes and bruises. I was on a cane for a little bit. It was a whole thing. That's why I thank God that he keep that covering on me.
And how long did you have to rehab?
Some months because I had to get my lungs back together. You never want to feel defeated, but it took me a little minute. I had to get on that jump rope and hear the Rocky music.
Yeah.
And get it back together, and been traveling and touring ever since. Yep.
And talk about some of your music a little bit. Like, what is your favorite album that you actually put out?
So here's the thing. I have a lot of favorite features. My first album will forever be my baby, which was Urban Therapy. Mm-hmm. The goal is to have an urban therapy outreach program and talk to youth. And, I always felt like the hood need a healing. We ain't perfect. We ain't got it all together. But, you want to get it right and have those tough conversations. So whoever your parents were, whether they gave you the gift of focus or not, that their job was to get you here and get great, and don't hold on to that trauma. So Urban Therapy will always be my baby. But the new record that I'm putting out that I get to be sweet and cut up.
Okay,
so
okay.
You get to see me kind of in my home lifestyle. So it's like new single, Summer Kisses, Yummy. Shout out to Big Zeke who's working on that. Shout out to the Mechanics who I did Hustler's Heart with for their project. It's just a lot of great things going on now. So I'm most excited about this No Passes, I'm Dialed In record. Just shot a few videos. Shout out to that damn Indian boy for pulling up and doing the videos with me. So it's good stuff.
And are you signed?
No, which I'm very excited about. It's me doing my own project. I am independently owned, finally.
Okay.
So there's nobody's hands in the pot except for me and the producers, and we cooking.
So I got to ask you a question.
What's up?
Do you know how to upload music?
So what had happened was...
You OG.
That's what I got Tipology for. No.
Shout out to Tipology.
Listen, so, and let me give my shouts out to Forex because he was like, no, you are a music hoarder. Do you hear that? This is so many albums. I'm like, you right. So literally like a week from now, it's hurry up and buy. Like, I will be releasing all of the stuff. It'll be separate bodies of work. Shout out to Jet Black, the Mud Brothers, which I have a lot of stuff with them. The same way I did with T-Pup and Players Trying to Strive, who they have their new stuff out. But yeah. So don't worry about it.
Okay.
I'm going to send it straight to your phone.
Okay. I just wanted to know because you know how like when you've been around the game for so long, right? Sometimes we don't know how to make the transition from, like burning CDs. That was like a thing at one time. And now it's like put the music on a flash drive. But then it's like, do you know how to like upload your music to DistroKids and stuff like that? So
let me tell you about being smart. Part of being smart
is knowing somebody else can do it.
Man, listen. Ain't that how they do Jeopardy? Knowing the question to ask?
Oh, for sure.
And knowing the person to ask.
Come on now.
I have dope people.
Okay.
I have a very dope squad that will be uploading for me.
So we got Silky, the brand. What are some of the things like the merch? You got any merch? You got any other ventures that you got going on?
So one go to my page. I will have all of the links up there. I have a lipstick line called Glazed by Silk.
Okay.
I have 5 colors right now. I have to give a shout out to Iman over there at the Mata Hanger Veil, who even said anything to me, because I had lip gloss and this. She was like, you should do lipstick too. So you got to give props to where props is due. You know, people point you that way. She's a dope entrepreneur. So shout out to her store. With that said, though, I have candles, Summer Kisses, and the candles are the names of songs on the record. So you'll feel like you got a little piece of me with you. So I definitely, for the men, I got Black Gold. I got Yummy for the girls and Summer Kisses. So it's good stuff. So the shirts, I have a body butter for the songs as well. And then I have the lipsticks and lip gloss. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
And you said that and I'm going to ask you a few hip-hop questions real quick.
Please do.
Okay. So I want to know this. What does KRS-One stand for?
First off, don't do me.
Okay.
It stands for hip hop legend who knows all the stuff. That's what it stands for.
Did I get you off guard?
Because I don't know. I don't remember.
Knowledge reigns supreme.
I forgot. I don't know.
Okay. What is Juvenile's only number one hit record?
Only number one hit record? Mm-hmm. What you gonna say? Back that ass up?
No.
What?
Slow Motion.
Really?
Yes. It's
Why you doing me like? Don't do me. Because I'm gonna give you an opposite answer. Because I fool with all of them. KRS-One was another one that tried to sign me on the spot. So I appreciate that, King.
And
appreciate that, King.
Now this is the last one before we get out of here.
See, don't make me look no kind of way.
No, this
don't
opinion.
show out with the cameras on. Act like you love me.
Oh, I'm getting your name tagged. Oh, that's official. So I was gonna ask you, on the Mount Rushmore of female MCs, and you can't use yourself.
I'm fine with that.
Who is your 4?
Oh my God. You know who I like? I like Shauna. Shauna cuts up for me.
From DTV?
Yeah.
Okay.
She cuts up for me. Who else? This is a bad question. Oh my God. Cause I'm closetly. Oh my God, why did you do that to me? Luckily, a timer ain't going. Why you ain't ask me this in the beginning for me?
Because I like to catch them when they tired at the end of the night.
No. You supposed to catch them when they still got energy. Then they cut up back. No, I'm talking shit. Listen, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me.
Hey, Steve, you know I be liking shit like that.
It's just jokes, people. It's just jokes. Don't catch a tide. You supposed to be like, you just woke up. You been taking CMOS? No, I'm playing.
Hey, she over here selling lipstick and CMOS.
Listen, I want you to be good on the inside and out.
You know what they call it? Silk E-moss.
Listen. Come on, I'm trying to get you right. Dang, you said 4 girls. That's not fair. You said on the Mount Rushmore? And I'm going to kick myself. I like Shauna.
Shauna?
And I know it's other people. I fool with Amina. I like Amina. Who? This is bad. I'm trying to even go. It's certain songs I like.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like bar for bar.
You want to hear my 4?
Yeah, let me hear your 4.
So on the polarities, right? I got Lauryn Hill, and then I got Missy, and then I got Nicki and Kim.
Okay.
I think those really cover pretty much everything because, you know, Nicki is like...
I could add Missy, Shauna. Damn. Because, you know, for me, it be past a couple songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I be wanting to, and I fool with Lauren.
Yeah.
But you know, with everybody, you fool with them sometime you fool with them in a certain time period.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I like a certain, I was finna say something. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. No, I will, cause I say it, cause it's my partner. Like, I want to say this. I'm gonna get off the full mount, cause I probably only got 2-3 people.
It's all good.
But I want to say this. Like, you like people at a certain, when they catch a certain vibe. Like for me, Drew Down.
Yes.
When he got the baseball cap on and the curls are sweated out, and that one. When it's give it up, when it's that one with the coat on.
Yeah.
But see, the pimpy dude, when I be like, no, he finna cut up right now.
Yeah.
Let me catch you with your fitted cap on. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's certain people at certain time periods where they your favorite.
You know what? I'm glad you said that, because I think that Tupac, right?
Even though I done seen new videos of him and he was fitted cap, and I was like, there you go.
I'm glad you said that, though, because I look at Tupac, when people say, Tupac, is he better than this rapper? I think Tupac is right there or there right there, but I think none of them are better than Machiavelli.
No, and let me say this, and not just because we identify with him being from the West, his mission was different. It just wasn't lyrics. So when they be like, oh, he wasn't this, that was somebody for the people. Yeah,
because you don't have to like rap to like Tupac.
Right, and you know, that's a whole nother conversation.
For sure.
That's a whole nother conversation, but he was an artist for the people. That was an explanation of black man thoughts.
Yeah.
Under 25 that could carry you through a lifetime, and just a black man's woes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get to hear his thoughts in the dark. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what Pac was. So to compare him to somebody that's in a battle rap, not that he couldn't pull up, but that wasn't the mission.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So respectfully, that's my little 2 cents on that.
For sure. And I'm glad you came.
Listen, and I owe you dinner, because we've been trying to get this done.
For sure.
And you could call me on it. I'm saying it on the mic.
Okay, well, I'm going to hold you to it.
Yeah.
For sure. Before we get out of here, tell people where they can find you at.
Okay, so go on Instagram. I'm under Silk E, the People's Champ. I will be dropping a whole bunch of stuff between now and the top of the year. The first song out is Summer Kisses, Yummy. I'm going to take a word from Tina Turner. We're going to start this thing off nice and easy, and we're going to end it hard and rough. My show is January the 13th at Yoshi's. Doors at 7:30, 8 o'clock. We got tickets. You could get them online. You could reach out to Tiffology. She'll probably be moving around with some of them. I got a few people moving around with them.
Hey, could you put Tiffology's Instagram information on?
Ain't it Tiffology, period, right? _ Inc. And she dope. She draw.
So it's TIFFOLOGY _INK.
INC.
INC. I'm sorry about that. INC.
I seen you was doing your spelling bee. I got
to.
INDE. No, I'm playing.
For sure. Well, before we get out of here, I want to thank you again for coming.
Absolutely, baby. Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me. And one love to y'all, sir. Salute to you.
Well, I'm L-Deez for another episode of I Need to Know, and as usual, come on, you know what I want.
Yeah, straight like that.